Hey everybody, this is New Script on the Block, and today I am hosting or co-hosting with Alyssa Eshelman, and we have a guest with us today, and she is, oh my gosh, what's her last name?
Kelly.
Kelly, okay, Selene Kelly.
2 first names.
But you also, as a musician, as an artist, you go by SK.
SK, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like my initials, but it's not spelled like that. It's
Yeah.
ESXAY. It's weird.
Yeah. So you guys can find her on, and you're on like
Everything.
everywhere, like Facebook.
Spotify, Apple, not Facebook. I like uploaded it myself, but YouTube, like a bunch of ones I don't know like what they are, but like they're uploaded to them. So
Yeah, just go online on ye internet and type in SK, and you will find her.
Yep.
For sure. Immediately, yeah.
It might ask you to change it to like a different spelling, but don't do it.
What is the spelling again?
ESXAY.
So Selene is actually sort of a friend of the studio's. We did a music video for her a while back called We the Cosmos.
Yeah.
And so we got kind of brought together by a mutual pal, Kadeem. And so we just wanted to have Selene on today to read for a character in a script that I wrote a long time ago. So I'd love, Selene, if you could speak a little bit about, so you're in the music community, I know that. What else do you have going on? What type of stuff interests you? Like, who are you?
Okay, well, aside from music, like, that's my favorite thing, but then writing, I'm big on poetry. That's actually how I got started into music, was writing poetry. So...
And you write, like, all of your lyrics yourself, yeah?
Yeah, of course. There are some that Kadeem, like, does, but, like, I'll modify them to fit, like, my voice. But I haven't really done that yet. He sent me some, but I haven't put them out yet.
I know that's really common among musicians. I mean, if I have heard correctly that a lot of times they'll, like, collab on writing their lyrics and things
Definitely.
like that.
I looked at a lot of lyrics, and pretty much every song, like, that's popular, there's, like, multiple writers on the lyrics. But the thing is, though, if anybody adds any sort of input, like, to the song, they still have to put their name on there. So even if it's, like, a couple words, they have to put their name as credited. So, yeah. But aside from that, let's see. I mean, I like, just drawing. I like all the arts. Like, acting is fun. Actually, I was super excited to do this. Like, I'm super excited to do the short film, too. Like, all that is super cool just because it's...
We have just because the audience doesn't know about this, so we have a separate short film that Nero wrote a while ago that we're in pre-production trying to pull together for... it's called Waiting on Nothing, and it's going to star Selene, although it isn't quite as poppy because there's no dialogue, so unfortunately it's not like, it's a cool story, and I think it'll be fun to shoot, but
But yeah. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gist. I mean, going to school right now, but it's... I don't know, I'm rethinking my decisions.
School, no.
But I
what
should
are
be
you
done
currently
soon.
in school for?
Originally I went in for like science, but then I was like, man, that's a lot of math. I can't really do that. So I'm just getting my general art degree right now, like my Associates of Arts, and then I think I'm gonna go just work on my music and then figure that out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So your focus, though, after school then is to really pursue your music. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
But there is like an interest in science. What's like also like We the Cosmos. I mean, putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
like, is
you
there...
went to school for science, and
Right.
your music seems derivative of like that world.
Yeah, I do. I am really interested in it. It's just basically I'm more so interested in the inner workings of the world and like why everything is the way it is. So like I figured science would kind of give me insight on that. But
So like environmental science,
like
or
pretty
physics.
much all science.
Yeah.
Physics is very interesting. It's just that's way above anything I could probably comprehend. I mean, I try to learn string theory. I'm like, I read it like 5 times. I'm like, I still don't understand any of this stuff. So it's just cool though. But yeah, let's see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the little bit of rundown, and then I mean, Kadeem mentioned. I know that you said you're really interested in the arts, but he mentioned that you had an interest in like filmmaking and getting more knowledge on that. So
I forgot about that. So my next music video, which I need to be doing here pretty soon. I'm really excited to be like directing it. Like I have a whole vision in my mind, and it's like really, I don't know. It's really fun to be immersed into that. Like being able to have this vision and then put it out. Like, I'm really interested in skits. Like, I have a bunch of ideas that I want to do. You know, who knows? But, like, either way, it's just fun to put your ideas out there and, like, materialize it.
Awesome. Well, cool. Hopefully this experience is a good educational opportunity and helps you, like, get the ideas that you have on paper and get them out there. So,
Believe it will.
Nero, go ahead.
Cool. I just wanted to say this, especially for the audience, is that Selene is freaking like rocking this cool ass long sleeve.
I think the whole outfit's pretty.
Yeah.
We'll put pictures on the blog and we'll probably post them when we share this on Facebook.
Don't downplay it. This is freaking like when she walked in, I was like, holy crap! Well, who is this?
So I follow Selene on Instagram. Well, your SK account.
Okay. Yeah.
And even the post, like the pictures that you post there, like you always wear like super cool wardrobe. Like her fashion sense is very like odd and retro and fun.
Well, thank you. My mom would disagree with that. She always is like, oh, why are you wearing that?
It's so classy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But I actually mostly get my stuff at Goodwill and like thrift stores and stuff. So.
Did you make it?
No.
Like
No,
putting the
cool,
piece
though.
together?
That would be super cool.
So it came like that?
Yeah, it came just
Holy
like
crap.
She's wearing like a striped, colorful sweater, and then it has a giant, like, what is that? Like a lion or a tiger? A giant cat face in the middle of it. But it's like, it looks like a patch that's been sewn onto it. It looks pretty cool.
Thanks.
That's quite the find. If you got that from like Goodwill,
yeah.
that's
I definitely
sponsored by Goodwill.
Right?
We're not sponsored by Goodwill.
Right.
Goodwill sponsor. All right. So the script we're jumping into today is called Burning Buildings. Just to give like a little bit of background on this. So this is, I don't know if this is the first time we've done this on the show. I think it might be. This is an actual shooting script. So the difference between the original script and the shooting script is that the shooting script will include like camera directions or specific music cues or audio cues. And the reason for that is because this is typically done right before you're about to head into production. This project, it's a 6-page short, and it was written by myself for the purpose of a 48-hour challenge we did a long time ago. So in prep for the 48-hour challenge, we had written a handful of concepts, and then I wrote up like a couple of scripts that would be optional for us to use. And it's based entirely around only the assets we had available. So, you know, it had to be a story that could be filmed in a location we already had locked in, using actors that we knew we already had access to, and like wardrobe that would be easy for us to assemble in the time frame.
Cool.
So this was originally intended to be like completely done, like written, shot, and edited in 48 hours. We didn't end up doing this. We ended up doing a totally different script.
Is that what we did?
We did a short film called Denial.
Oh, crap.
And so so a lot of the like very specific direction in the script is because at the time I knew I was slated to direct it, because we had already planned before we started the 48-hour challenge who was going to be in what positions and roles. But yeah, instead, Nero and I ended up co-directing a project called Denial, which you can find on the Arizona Studios YouTube channel in our shorts playlist, if anyone wants to track that dinosaur down. It's been a few years, and I like to think we've grown and gotten even better. But this was one of the concepts that we had run by that got vetoed by the producers.
Not salty at all about it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited anyways.
So,
do you have like a log line for it? Or can you come up with one?
I don't have a log line, but I could kind of summarize it. So this story is about, and I don't want to give away too much because I want to see how you guys interpret it versus what I want it to be. But the summary is it's a story about, it's a like film noir-esque story about a entrancing femme fatale that weaves the tale of her illicit affair with her supervisor that ends in an act of arson. Arsonry?
Arsony?
Arsonery?
Arson.
Arson.
Arson?
Just arson. Yeah.
Arson.
She does the arson.
She does the arson, yes.
That sounds badass.
Sweet.
Well, good, because you'll be playing her,
Yeah.
so.
All right.
Okay, I will kick us off.
You know what? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
explore this for a little bit. So there seems to be 2 characters in this script.
Yep.
And then one of
there's
them.
multiple characters, but there's only 2 that speak.
2 that speak, multiple characters. Cool. And Nero Manalo, is going to play Detective Mar, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nero Manalo.
Yes.
Yeah. Nero Manalo.
Paige,
so solemnly swear.
Right.
Paige is gonna be played by Selene, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Selene Kelly will be playing Paige.
Nice.
And Alice Ashelman will read the narration.
It's so formal. Nice. But
We should do this every time.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Just because we haven't kind of done this before.
Yeah.
But
Because we haven't done a shooting script before?
No. Like I'm just like, it was just a thought that occurred to me, is like, would there be any sort of way you would like me to read as Detective Mar? Like, is there any directions you would want to give me or Selene, for that matter, since you were slated to direct this in the past?
In the beginning.
Yeah.
So
True.
so again, it's supposed to be kind of like, I know this is going to sound weird, but it's highly inspired by a combination of modern hip-hop music and film noir. And I will explain later exactly where that comes from, but that's where the piece is driven from. So Detective Mar is an older guy. It's actually, we had actors lined up for the film challenge who we knew we were going to be working with. So I had to write characters that would fit those actors that we had lined up. So Detective Mar was originally inspired by an actor we know named Tim Baldessera, who actually ended up playing the father in Denial. And then the female character was supposed to be played by this very foxy young girl we knew named Candace. Yeah, she was a beautiful young woman. And she was going to play the role of Paige. So Paige was written for a very sultry, sensual person, but she's also a little bit of a how do I put this? I don't want to spoil it, but she's not 100% there. She's a little crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So sultry, but not.
Yeah.
Keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
I wish I had a really good example to use, but my head immediately goes to anime, and I'm I don't know if you'd get those references.
Maybe.
So,
depends if it's underground, deep in the
anime world. We'll say the character, and maybe I can find a character that isn't anime.
Okay, yeah, let's try that. So there's this character in this anime is called Future Diaries, aka Mirai Nikki.
I'm done.
And it's about one of the main characters is this girl who's just very obsessively in love with the boy she's pursuing, who's the main character, and to a point where she's excruciatingly violent to protect and
is there the archetype? What is that like?
It's called, so in the anime community, it's called a yundere, and that's a girl who's a sociopath, a psychotic girl who's really crazy but also super hot.
Yeah.
Undere.
It's
Yundere?
It's Yundere, I think. So it's tsundere, but with a Y and U at the beginning. So.
I'm not going to try to attempt to pronounce that again, so I get it, yeah.
We are not Japanese, nor do we speak Japanese.
Okay, what about Angelina Jolie?
For
she's
sure.
Psycho and sexy.
I could totally see her playing a character
good call.
Yeah.
From what?
I don't know. Oh, and her real life, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Or who she is in real life.
You know what? That works. Oh, poor
seductive
Brad.
person. What character has she played that wasn't a sexy
mentally
kind
unstable,
of devious
well, not always mentally unstable, but I'm thinking Girl Interrupted or what's that other one? Gia. You guys ever seen those?
I remember Girl Interrupted. I know what you're talking about there. Gia, I think I know that one. Is that the one where she is in a lesbian relationship?
No, she's playing a model, the model Gia. Yeah, I don't know. It was an older movie. I think it was one of those Lifetime type movies or something. It was on TV, I think, but it was
she naked and pressed against a fence?
She was definitely there
it is. Yeah.
You do it.
She was naked and pressed against that. That sounds like, oh, Gia, that. No reason why I know that.
Right.
Okay.
So, Angelina Jolie. That's what we're going with for inspiration.
Okay.
But Detective Marr, yeah, he's an older, like, gruff dude.
So Nick Nolte,
and
got
he
it.
definitely has a beard. Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's got big facial hair.
Let me grow one
I think
real
that's
quick.
even in the script. Yeah.
Talk with a muffle so you have.
We can always have your animated character have like a big gray beard for this week's episode.
Hey, future Nero, draw a beard to be clipped on to me when I speak.
Yeah.
For this
It'll work perfect because this episode will come out in December, right around Christmas, so it'll be like our holiday version of you.
So it's gonna be a white
Santa
beard.
Claus.
Yeah, for sure.
And a hat. All right, add the hat, Nero. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm good to go if you want.
Right.
If there's anything
now that
else.
we're done giving each other work to do later, yeah.
All right. Oh no.
Okay. All right. I'll dive into it. Fade in. Interior interrogation room day. A sleek pair of leather dress shoes strut to a table and chair. The chair scrapes against the cement floor as it pulls out. Detective Marr, 50s, slick and suited, rests himself into the seat. He holds manila folders in one hand and in the other a white coffee cup. He drops the folders down onto the table. The white cup rustles into his beard. Sound effects, loud slurp. Perfect, thank you. He slips the mug onto the table. He looks up.
The same.
Sound effects, clock ticking starts. And then we go into a montage, interior interrogation room. Dolly reveal, seated across from the detective, is a young man in his 20s. The young man, dressed in baggy clothes, is slouched over. His gaze rests on the detective.
Each one, same as the last.
Dolly reveal the detective shuffles a page as he eyes a document. The woman, 30s, across from him, is frantic and pleads.
Soccer mom.
Dolly reveal a teenage girl wearing a work uniform wails. Detective Marr offers her a tissue.
Disgruntled employee.
Dolly reveal a transvestite who flirtatiously reaches his hand out to rest it on the detective's. The detective remains motionless.
This guy.
Over the shoulder, a dark figure looks to the detective as he glances from his papers to the newest suspect.
Same story. Same confession.
The detective lifts the cup to his lips.
Until her.
Clock ticking slows down to a stop. Paige, 20s, runs her fingers along the neckline of her white satin blouse. A delicate motion to adjust her collar. She moistens her bottom lip, allowing it to slowly roll out of her mouth. Detective Marr enters beside her. He offers her a cup of water.
Thank you.
Her fingertips rest on the cup, barely pressing against the detective's. His hand pulls away.
Not my usual suspect, and not just in the looks department. Miss?
Paige?
He turns his attention to her hesitantly as she takes a sip of her water.
It's Paige, please.
He drags his attention back to the papers.
Paige, what were you doing at the office of Gallagher and Morris on the morning of Sunday the 1st? The short version.
A grin slides across her face. Interior office morning. Paige's hand pulls into the fold of a man's tie. Her mouth moves closer to his.
I was having an affair with Mr. Gallagher.
Interior interrogation room moments later. Detective Marr's disapproving gaze shifts to Paige.
I know what you're thinking, but he was a young man, barely older than I am.
Interior conference room day. A man's mouth rests against his folded hands.
It was an attraction.
Paige's hand slides along the back of her neck, pulling her hair behind it.
Then
A pen slides along the side of her thigh, just slightly lifting her red skirt.
you know.
Interior office day. Leaning closely into the desk, Paige slides her hand along the table, pushing its contents to the side. Papers sporadically scatter into the air. Interior interrogation room continuous.
I get the idea. And the arson?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Detective Marr looks up, unamused. Interior office moments later. Paige is seated at the desk, facing a man who looks up from his folded hands with a disappointed glare.
Office romances never do last. He was firing me.
Dolly in toward Paige.
Something about his wife, I think. I guess after that, I snapped.
She rises and leans forward against the desk. She slides her hand along the desk, pushing papers and other various belongings off. Pages fly, as before, into the air. Interior, Paige's desk moments later. Paige slams a basket with an assortment of personal things and gasoline down onto her desk.
I left to go to my car. By the time I came back, he was gone.
She throws items from her desk into the bin.
Then I thought how used I felt by the company. I guess it was my own sort of justice.
She stops packing and pauses with her attention on the gasoline tank.
The gasoline was in my car.
Interior hallway moments later. Dolly follow as Paige hoists her box of belongings in one arm with her gasoline tank in the other as it limply slips along the floor.
Like I said before.
Interior lobby moments later. She exits through the front door. The door slowly closes behind her. Lighting of a match. Flames spark. Interior interrogation room continuous.
You said that Mr. Gallagher left before you?
Yes, he took off the second I turned my back.
Mr. Gallagher was in his office when the building burnt down.
Paige's lips separate with a slight gasp.
He left. I don't understand.
I see. I'm sorry for your loss. I'll give you a moment.
He compiles his files, then rises. He strides away slowly, then pauses. He turns back to her.
Miss?
Yes?
Just one last question.
Exterior office, moments later. Paige walks out of the room, closing the door behind her. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a key.
Earlier, didn't you say Mr. Gallagher was a young man?
I think
I
think that you're
was?
emphasizing the wrong word there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna redo that one because I
Sorry.
emphasized. I saw the was and I realized, like, fuck. You know? Like, all right, here we go. Let me try this
Is
again.
it Gallagher, by the way?
Gallagher?
Not Jur.
Gallagher?
Is it Jur?
It's Gallagher, but you keep saying Gallagher, which
Gallagher.
it's too late. I mean, let's just go with Gallagher.
Whoopsie daisy. Mr. Gal.
Her romantic abbreviation
Yeah.
for him. Yeah, no man is more turned on than when a woman calls him gal.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so earlier, didn't you say Mr. Insert name?
Mr. Gallagher.
was a young man? That's the was you wanted.
That was the was
That
I wanted.
was like-
Yeah. It's
Haha, I got you!
I missed it before. I was like, oh, okay, but now I understand. Was a young man? Like, was?
Because he used past tense.
Yeah.
Got him.
She turns toward the door behind her. Interior interrogation room continuous. Paige's lips slowly form into a smile. Sound effects, the door locking.
This podcast is brought to you by Arizona Studios. Arizona Studios, a full-service video content specialist. We're here to illuminate your message and compel your audience to take the right action. For more information, head to our website at arizonastudios.com and be sure to tune in for more content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
So this is like,
Whoa.
yeah.
I liked it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
I'm gonna say something that's funny.
Oh, go ahead.
I did a
Say something
I was an AC for a film just a day ago,
Mm-hmm.
and at this whatever, I was an AC like earlier, right, for a thingy, but it was an interrogation scene. My bad. Am I
You're just so loud.
loud.
You've
My
got a powerful voice.
Booming.
Anyway, it was an interrogation scene, and one of the producers, like, while the thing was going on, he's like, you know sorry, he went up to me, the producer, like, not in the film or whatever. He came up to me, he's like, you know how I know he did it? And I was like, well, besides reading the script.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh yeah, but like he used past tense anytime he refers to, the person.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that typically true? How people usually find themselves guilty?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
In this particular scenario, like, she tries to lead with the story that, so she knows she's been caught for arson, and there's no getting out of it. Like, they have the evidence to support that she left the building that day and that she obviously set the building on fire. The part she's trying to get away with is murder. Because she pretends that she didn't know he was in the building. But then at the same time, she says, at the beginning, she says he was a young man and refers to him in past tense. So the only reason we know, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't add up that she acts like she didn't know he was dead. Yeah. Like she didn't know he was in the building, she didn't know he died.
Right.
And yet she refers to him in past tense as if he's already gone.
Because it's a subconscious thing she already knows in the back of her mind.
Yeah.
What page did she say that?
Because at the end, it's
for the was, when she said was a young man.
Oh.
It can't be too far into it. It's probably
Okay.
2 or 3.
Page number 3. The number 3 page.
Oh.
Tres. Cool.
So that's a trigger. It's hard to follow, I know, especially because it's kind of intercut, right? Like we hear audio cues that are happening while we're looking at them in the interrogation room, but it's implied that it happens in the other scene outside of the building or in the building. And vice versa. Like there are cues that lead into, that have to do with the previous scene but are taking place while we're already looking at the next scene. So that was my biggest concern with this script, is just it being confusing to follow, like what's going on or how things are happening. Or
a little bit for me, but it's just because I didn't understand. I didn't realize that we were gonna, anyways, but no, the thing that I just noticed is that, the way this could be interpreted with Paige saying that, but he was a young man, because she just said, I was having an affair with Mr. Gallagher, but he was a young man. It could be that when they were having an affair, he was a young man, and when, it could have been like a long time ago, so back then he was a young man. But I think the way that it's supposed to be laid out makes more, like, it comes to mind first.
When we see Gallagher, so the way and again, this is difficult because we had already planned to shoot it, right? So it's a shooting script. It's missing some key information that I think would help. Like, I can go back. I think then maybe describing Mr. Gallagher would be better, but I don't really intend for you to actually see his face at any point, really. It's almost everything between Paige and Mr. Gallagher was supposed to be shot so that it's vague enough about what's happening, or like it's all very close or tight on what's happening, so that you're not seeing the full context, because it's implied that I want it to be implied that you as the audience aren't even sure if they were in fact having an affair, or if Paige was attempting to seduce Mr. Gallagher and he was uninterested.
There's I think it's HBO or Stars or something, but there's a show called Boss, and one of the sex scenes was like that. Yeah. It's like all of the shots were super tight, so you weren't sure if it was like consensual or like,
Yeah, so like every time we refer to what's happening, it's mostly like Paige's actions, and you don't ever see him touching her touching him. It's always her touching herself, or doing things to the environment to allude to him.
Well, that's kind of cool. What you just said, like, besides her touching herself.
Yeah, that's always.
But like, if she was like, not even having the affair at all, and that the close shots was just her, like it's just skin contact and her hand, but we don't know that skin contact is also her,
just
not
her flesh,
not Mr.
Because we don't really see Gallagher's face, like we only really see like his hands touching his lower face and whatnot. Again, like I do imagine he is younger. Like I imagine he's probably in his 20s or 30s, probably 30s. But he could be, I don't know, there could almost be a separation in that way too, where you would definitely know that she's never touching him, because like their skin tones could be significantly different to make it easy to, see the separation and difference, and that she's always, again, doing things to herself and not necessarily actually making contact with him.
I really like the vagueness of that. It adds like a whole nother element to the story. Just, I don't know, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
It definitely makes her seem more crazy.
More scandalous,
yeah.
for sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think that I could, because again, we wrote this as a shooting script, I think I could rehash it and go clean it up and get rid of some of the camera direction and just add in a little bit more description of like what Gallagher looks like, and emphasize the points that she's, not, again, never making like direct contact, or we don't see them making direct contact.
So by the way, when this was written, this was to pitch for a film challenge that probably had a significant time limit, right?
Yes.
So right now we're like barely at 6 pages.
Yep.
Do you think if you like reapproach this that
It'll get longer?
well, I mean, yeah, or like do you feel like without the limitation that there's something else that you would like to add?
Honestly, no. So I always imagine this. Have you ever seen, either of you, the movie Gone Girl?
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have.
I've seen part of it.
Okay, so like, the reason that this story even got written was a combination of two pieces of entertainment that inspired it, and one of them was the movie Gone Girl, specifically the scene with Neil Patrick Harris's character when she's, spoiler alert, but when she's murdering him, there's a lot of this like strobe effect, like cut to black, cut back to, and I imagine that. And that made me think of like, and Selene, you'll get this because you're a musician. It really reminded me of like the editing style and technique of like modern hip hop music.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost imagine this piece cut like a music video in a way where, again, like everything's very implied, but we don't actually know everything that's happening. So I wanted it to be a really short piece. Like I know it's 6 pages, but I think it's 6 pages because there's so much like break up between sections for the montage and like the camera directions.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a pretty, in my head, a very short film, like maybe I'd hope somewhere between like 3 to a maximum of 4 minutes.
Yeah. This is incredibly doable, for sure.
I think so. And it could all be shot here at Arizona Studios. Like I imagined we'd be able to accomplish the looks we needed that way. And then the other piece of inspiration was, and I know Nero will be familiar, the artist Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
He has a song Crawl on his Because of the Internet album.
Mm-hmm.
That was I listened to that like on repeat over and over again
Mm-hmm.
when I wrote this piece, because I think it's very much written to time to that track.
Oh.
Rhythmically.
I'm gonna check it out after.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
That's really neat that you drew inspiration from music to make a script. I think that's super cool.
I don't know. We haven't really had anyone talk much about that on the podcast yet, but I don't know if other artists work that way, but I feel like very often it's helpful if you're writing a script and you're not really 100% clear on the vision of where it's going. Sometimes listening to music that sets the tone for the emotion you're going for can really help you get there visually and start to piece together what you want to happen.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I always pick a song and I'll listen to it on repeat over and over again while I'm writing the scene until I feel like I've got all the pieces together.
Nice. That's a really cool technique. I never would have thought of that. I like it a lot.
For you as a lyricist, like how do you go about writing?
When it comes to writing, I like to, so it depends. A lot of times I'll put on instrumentals, just random ones, and like later I'll use them. I'll send them to the producer and like I'll be like, hey, this is basically the general gist of what I want. And they kind of mold it to that. But
And you're a musician, like you play the piano, correct? Is that?
Not really. I play guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not like super good. I know like chords and everything. I'm taking a guitar class right now so I can get better at it. But let's see. But yeah, I know a little bit of piano. Honestly, when I write music, a lot of times it comes I'll just be in the car driving and I'll just sing a random tune or something, and then I always record it when I'm just randomly singing because I always have gems. I also have a lot of stuff that sounds like crap, like it sounds like terrible, but then I just cut that out.
Yeah, that's like most writers too. Like I'm sure we all have stuff that's like trash.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I really can't write when I hear there's outside noise, like if the TV's on or anything like that. My mind gets so distracted easily with outside noise.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, except for obviously instrumental music.
How do you block that out then? Like, do you always listen with like headphones or something?
Well, if it's instrumental, I can write with music. But if it has words, it's always if it has words. If there's words, it's like it muddles my mind because I'm like trying to write something and then I hear the word like chrysanthemum or something and then I start writing that or chamomile. I don't know.
It's like I'm unintentionally stealing this other person's
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like if someone's talking to me and like I'm like texting, I'll start typing what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that happens to me all the time. So I just
I've done that before.
Try not to do that. But yeah.
Cool.
This blanket's really soft, by the way. It's like a crazy plush.
We have a blanket on the table.
We're in a bedroom right now.
Yeah, we're laying in bed. We wanted to read this particular script is so sensual.
We're laying in bed
We
together.
wanted to lay in bed together. There's a blanket on the table in the recording room to help with
Sure there
with
is.
reverb.
Yeah, sure, we're in the recording room.
All right. Do you guys have other questions about like were there parts that really didn't make sense or?
For me, let's see. When I'm trying to get to the page where she finds out, because she's brought in for the arson. You know, she's like, oh, guilty, right?
For sure. Yeah.
But then the death of it's her boss, right?
Yeah.
That's a relationship.
Yeah.
Scandalous. Anyway.
Scandalous.
Let's see. On page 5, Paige says, yes, he took off the second I turned my back. You mean like she was explaining that as she was lighting the place on fire that he escaped, or?
Well, I mean, if we were, so again, the story's almost told like pieces are not in chronological order, so if we were telling it in chronological order, her story is that when she came back to get her belongings from her office and had the gasoline with her, he had already left.
Okay.
She hadn't even thought to light the building on fire until after she thought he was gone, according to her story, which is not true.
Lies.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see.
I think I should make a storyboard of this to make it like easier and then just
He says, Paige says, he left. I don't understand. Like, she's in the shock of learning that he was still in the office when the building burnt down.
Yes. Like, this is supposed to be her right now finding out that this man she was sleeping with supposedly is dead. I could make it more dramatic.
I think it's an area to play with for sure. Where it's at right now seems like, here's the news.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand. Dang,
she strikes
that sucks.
me.
She
strikes me like she's a good liar and a good actress. So I don't want her to be so dramatic that she's like, "Oh God, no! Like I could have saved him. I had no idea." But I think that maybe even adding some more like visual cues there, like her, exactly, like her raising her hand to her mouth and trying to hold back tears and looking away from the detective so that he can't see her face because she's emotional in air quotes.
It just like in terms of the paper pacing, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, like on the page.
Yeah, Detective Marr's like, all right, I'm going to give you a moment, but wait,
Wait! Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I can add more description to, like, the visual cues of, like, her physical reactions and then him kind of, again, he gets up and walks away. So maybe in that sentence where I say that he's walking away and he pauses, I can add that he pauses with a look for a moment and then turns back to her.
Because that moment, like, well, even from the get-go, like, until she said was, right?
Yeah.
What, he was young?
Yeah.
Like, Detective Marr, after that, he's like, yeah, she's, like, do you feel like he's already convinced when he's giving this information?
I think that I don't know if it's necessarily that he believes her per se, but he does. I think that up until the moment that he goes to leave the room to give her a moment, he at least buys that they're having an affair. She didn't know he was dead. And now she is about to get emotional, so I'm going to give her space. But then it occurs to him in that moment that, like, looking back on the conversation, he realizes, wait a second.
Yeah, I would like to see that moment a bit.
Yeah.
The moment
of him,
played
like, just on his facials.
Yeah, of him, like, okay, hey, I'm going to give her a moment.
Yeah.
And then just...
I can add, like, a brief, like, short sentence of description of, you know, he pauses and ponders to himself for a second before turning back to Paige.
Oh, yeah, because it says just one last question, and then it says earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing that I know, and you said it's because it was made for shooting. That's the only reason why I'm, like...
All of these dollies here, there, and reveal, and yada.
I think it's just, like, the rooms, like, it says, like, right on page 3, it's, like, office morning, and then, like, a second later, it's interrogation room moments later, and then they're in the conference room in the daytime. I'm just...
I know. There's a lot of jumping around in this script from location to location.
Okay.
Should the interrogation room just say continuous? Technically?
It can, yeah. So technically what's happening right now is the interrogation room. So yeah, I could switch every time we go to the interrogation room to continuous. The conference room and office room scenes are separate, so it's like different points in the alleged relationship, right? So like when she starts the flirtation versus when they hit the point where he is about to fire her because he's upset. And I also tried, and it happens twice in the script where there's this sequence we use multiple times, but we use it out of context the first time. So at first, it's implied that in the office, she throws the things off of his desk, presumably to, you know, fool around on the desk or whatever in a sexual way. And then later, when we cut back, she fills in the gap of he was letting me go. And this time we see her throw the things off the desk again, but we get the idea that it's out of like rage or irritation and not in a sexual way.
Right.
So it's like flashbacks, basically, is what's going on.
Yeah, like as an audience, we're getting these little pieces of information, but at the beginning they're missing a lot of context because we want to imply that there's a sexual relationship, and then later, as we're gaining more context, it's like, no, there was something disturbingly not right going on here.
Okay.
I always feel like it's quite a bit of a challenge for a reader when they're reading a script to separate flashbacks and
God. Yeah.
You know, because you're just continuously you're just reading what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I can write in like the word flashback, which I know I've seen other writers do, and this script doesn't say flashback, but it's because I don't imagine that they're shot or colored in any different way. Like, I want it all to be kind of confusing, but that's because, again, it's this very music video format of, like, intercutting material where you're not certain what pattern in which the events happened.
Would that be, like, a post, like during post-production, that decision is shared? Or, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, again, this was for a 48-hour challenge, so it's like everyone who's on the project is together working on the script, and then we have to all shoot it and then head directly into post within the next 48 hours. So I tried to make it so that an editor could use this as the groundwork for their edit.
Right.
But it's, again, like, as a writer, would I recommend doing that traditionally? No. Like, typically it's kind of stepping on the toes of the other members of your crew if you're giving a lot of, like, camera directions or audio cues, or because that's up to those individual jobs. Because it's a 48-hour challenge, I'm approaching it as we have to get everything done as fast as we can, so we all have to be on the same page from the very beginning.
Yeah, now that, like, I know, like, more about it, I really like it, like, a lot more. Like, I think that, I mean, I liked it in the beginning, but, like, just knowing that there's, like, that mystery, like, I didn't, like, what I'm reading, I didn't really comprehend the whole backstory, like, that were flashbacks and stuff like that, but,
yeah,
I think that's a really cool, like, twist at the end, like, oh, like, turns out maybe they weren't actually having sex, like.
Yeah, I think something to improve the reading experience would be adding, like, you know, interior such and such dash flashback dash day or whatever, so that people know that that's what's happening.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, I'm just curious, like, what would this look like if there was no, context of you writing this for a challenge? Like,
Yeah.
what if this...
Yeah, if I get rid of all of the
Yeah.
all of the camera directions and all of the specifics and just focus more on the description, I can do that. I don't mind. I haven't rehashed this we wrote this in 2015, I think, was when we did this film challenge. So it's been quite some time. And I haven't touched it since we opened it up for this particular podcast episode, knowing that Selene was going to be guest starring, and we wanted to give you a good role to read.
Cool.
I'm gonna blow the dust off this thing.
Yeah, I know. I'll clean it up. It's hard. The hardest part of writing the script, too, is I'll be honest, like, I'm not actually a fan of the genre of noir. I've never been a big fan. So, like, I personally find the whole, like, male character narrating everything that's happening thing, like, really played out, and I don't love it. But I just felt that, again, if I was going to have this femme fatale character, that doing some of the noir stereotypes would really play well into that. So I guess the question I have for you guys as readers is, like, the dialogue at the beginning with the main character, with Detective Marr, like, how does it read? Is he, is his character likable? Is the dialogue too much?
I would say that this beginning part, it isn't really relevant to the whole story. I don't think. I mean, it is because he's a detective and it's kind of showing that, but, like, these characters. But that then again, that could also just, be its own thing, too. So it's just, I think it's a matter of how it's interpreted, but I don't think it's too much. But I didn't read it. Like, what do you think?
I feel like you're touching on a pretty good point, as the beginning montage, why is it there, and what's it proving? And it's just proving that Detective Marr is experienced, and each interrogation that he does always has the same outcome. So are we trying to, and then we're foreshadowing the point that until he met Paige, everything was the same, but something about Paige made it fairly different, and for him to, acknowledge that.
Yeah, I think, and I can play up Paige's character more, but I think the big difference for me, again, she's this femme fatale character, but I do imagine that she is a little bit of a sociopath. She's a little crazy.
Maybe
she's
we just
broken.
need more details of that.
Yeah.
Of her being
so
kind of off.
Off, yeah. I think that the gist is, he normally sees these people who are trying to use the same methodologies to, garner his sympathy or empathy or get on his good side. And Paige is just, this very, everything she says isn't true, but she's not trying to get on his good side. She's not trying to find sympathy. She's not trying to, seduce him to get out of it. For her, it's, you really buy her innocence because she's not trying to sell anything, or she doesn't seem like she's trying to sell anything. Because she, in her eyes, she doesn't need to. If you're innocent, you're innocent. Or, in this case, guilty of arson, she's not afraid of that. But, yeah, I could make her colder
And slightly almost inhuman and indifferent.
Yeah.
Just subtly, though. Wow. Hey, so that's rain, by the way, if you guys can hear that.
I can hear.
I thought it was AC.
I'm what's happening?
I love
All right.
It is really pouring in Arizona right now. We're recording this in advance, in case you guys didn't know we record our episodes in advance, but the flood season has begun, so.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Not to drive in super long, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like driving through. It feels like I'm in a water park. Just drive super fast into puddles and stuff, and then you get the.
Oh,
that's unsafe.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. I can't handle that, because here in Arizona, my fear is I don't know if everyone listening has seen this, but there are a lot of memes about flood season in Arizona that are people's cars literally just in water so deep that the car is barely visible anymore.
Oof.
And you can, in Arizona, like, you can literally, because you can't tell when you're coming up on it. Like, it looks like it could just be, like, water glossing over the freeway enough that it just looks really wet until you've driven into it, and then suddenly your car is sinking.
Yeah.
So,
That's sketchy.
and that's a real thing here. And I'm from Idaho, so, like, I wasn't used to that growing up, but now it's, like, a genuine fear of mine is I'll be driving, and 1 second I'll think that I'm about to just, like, run over a little puddle, and then I'm going to lose my, $24,000 vehicle that
my payments
still have loans on. Yeah.
There's this one time I was driving on the freeway, and it was, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like several months ago, but it was like just pouring for 2 days straight, and it was bad. It was like crazy. Anyways, I was on the freeway, and I was driving, and then all of a sudden I think a car went by or something, and it just like whooshed, and all the water was on my windshield, and I couldn't see anything for like a good 3 seconds, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm blinded, like I was so scared, but
It's terrifying.
it went away.
I've been on this side of town. We're in like around McDowell. So this side of town, when it floods, like I've been here and it looked like the apocalypse, because there's all these like homeless people who are like just out there, like, and you see their shit just like flying off into the street, and then you see like all the palm trees on this side of town, like the roots are all so dried up that they just literally will crash into the road.
Yeah.
So there's like palm trees all over,
Like a hurricane.
flood, like really thick water on the ground, and then just rain coming down heavily, and these people chasing their random belongings up in the air. And it just looks apocalyptic.
Jeez.
I'm visualizing right there. I've never seen that over here. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, one last thing about your script.
Okay.
Going back to your script.
Going back to the script, what we came here for, yeah.
Would it be interesting?
Okay.
Just wanting to was just a thought.
Okay.
Because you said that you weren't really into that whole like noir thing, and that usually noirs they always start with a detective narrating.
Yeah.
What if the story is told? This might just be like a shoe on the other foot situation where Paige is narrating.
I don't know. It would reveal. My only thing is yes, but if we do that, then will we be revealing so much information that there's no twist? And I do remember when we did have this particular film challenge too, one of the rules was that there has to be a twist. So
A surprise.
Yeah, there has to be a twist at the end, which go watch Denial and you will see how we used that. We actually got an award for that.
Did we? Best use of twist?
I think so.
The twisties?
I actually think so. We won 3 awards for that short film.
But not first place.
Not first place. Did not get first place. We won 3 awards for that film, and one of them I'm pretty sure was the best use of the theme that year, which was the twist, and then the best use of prop, which was the Bible.
Oh, sweet.
I think it had to be a book opening or closing, and we just happened to use a Bible.
That's cool.
And it can't be, no one can touch it. It needs to close on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
I think maybe we
I
won
might.
editing or something. I don't know. Some practical skill.
Cool.
But anyway, the point is that the reason there's a twist is just because we had to have a twist because of the parameters of what we were writing it for, but we could change everything about it
Well,
now.
there could still be a twist
freedom.
because we're under the, like, let's say if Paige was the narrator, she can be an unreliable like one.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And the
We
twist
don't
still
know if
happens.
what she's saying is true or not. There's this the movie that came out like a couple years ago with Margot Robbie based on Tonya Harding's life, I, Tonya. And it does that. Like, you're listening to multiple people telling a story, but it's very vague. And that's because that's what it was like in real life when this was happening. All these people are telling stories. They don't line up. They don't make sense. And it seems that either everyone is lying or there's so much lying going on that we're not really sure how much or what of this is true. And sometimes they lie about stuff that's just like, why?
my 2 cents is that I really like the mystique that we don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah.
And so, like, I kind of like that I don't know what's going on in her head because it just keeps you kind of guessing, you know? But it is interesting, like, to take it from another, like, that whole unreliable, you know,
perspective.
yeah, because if she's a sociopath, like, do sociopaths or psychopaths think before they do these things, or do they just do them?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think she does. Like, I think that with the arson and everything, like, she is very much motivated by her immediate emotions, which is more of a psychopath than a sociopath, right? Like, sociopaths don't comprehend empathy or emotion as much as we do, versus, like, a psychopath is a person who acts or reacts entirely based on their emotions or their sense of empathy. So she, I think, in the moment just, you know, breaks and does what she wants to do. And I think it's the same to be said of the whole sexual thing, right? Like, she's pursuing her boss. It's obviously inappropriate, and he may or may not reciprocate that, but it doesn't really matter if he does to her.
Because she won't get it. She wants it. Anyway. Cool. Is there anything else, Selene, that you would like to add or explore?
Let's see. No, not really. I feel like we pretty much touched bases with a lot, but of course, probably later I'll think of something, you know?
Yeah. Well, feel free to send me any of your comments.
Yeah.
You guys can send me comments at info@arizonastudios.com. And you are welcome to comment at us if you are listening to this on YouTube or SoundCloud. If you're listening on iTunes, wait until you get somewhere safe and then send us your comments via email, info@arizonastudios.com. I know most people who are listening on iTunes are probably listening while they are driving. Or at work or doing other things and should not be sending us messages.
Power tools. And
For sure. Yeah.
Brought to you by Don't Text and Drive. Don't text and drive.
Yeah.
But do it.
No.
But don't do it. But you do it.
Don't.
You're like the devil and angel on the shoulder. Do it, don't do it.
Well, I know they're doing it.
Anyway.
Do
you want to real quick? So I already plugged Arizona Studios and New Script on the Block. If people want to reach out or find more work by Selene or check her out as an artist, where can they find you?
You can find me at Instagram. It's going to be ESXAY_. And also YouTube. It's just going to be, just go to YouTube and type in ESXAY and you'll find SK. And let's see what else. We got a Twitter too, but that's not important.
Twitter. All right, you hear that, Twitter users? You've been cut out of this mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us your angry comments on Twitter about how you still love using Twitter.
No, I like Twitter. I take it back.
All right. Cool. So are we closing out,
I think we're closing out. Thanks for listening this week, guys, and tune in again next week. We'll bring you some more awesome content and be reading another script on New Script on the Block.
Let's bring Selene back to do more, like, you know what? Like,
more female characters.
Yeah, because, like, I had to read a script with Graham, and all the characters were female.
That was so
I'm
funny.
like, why the hell were we given that?
And then she went to, like,
my girl voices are
great.
on point.
Yeah, no. Nero does voices pretty good. Graham, on the other hand, like, Graham is always Graham, no matter who he's reading. Which is kind of brilliant, but also, like, I'm sure the writers would love it if he were doing a voice.
Anyway, cool.
Yeah. Thanks again for listening, folks. Let's tune in next time.
Bye.
You'll hear us next week.
Okay.